After the age of 60, going to bed isn't just about closing your eyes anymore. It becomes a sacred window for healing when your body quietly works through the wear and tear of the day, and your soul longs for real, uninterrupted rest. But if you've been waking up each morning feeling unusually tired, dizzy, or short of breath, as though you just climbed 3 flights of stairs in a Minnesota winter, then this isn't something to brush off. It's not simply aging. It could be the way your body is positioned during the 6 to 8 hours you sleep. There's one particular sleeping position that many older adults unknowingly use every night, thinking it's harmless. But this position can slowly place quiet stress on your heart and lungs while you sleep. The good news, a single change, a small shift in how and where you lie can help your heart breathe easier, your body wake up lighter, and your entire system feel renewed. It's not complicated, but it is powerful. Before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Maybe from Chicago or a peaceful town near the Great Lakes. Share your location in the comments, and if this video helps you in any way, be sure to subscribe, tap the bell icon, and send it to someone you care about. Because health, especially after 60, is a gift worth sharing. Sleep, after a certain age, becomes something more delicate, more spiritual. It's no longer just lying comfortably on a mattress. It's like being wrapped in a gentle embrace after a long day. Your body, dear friend, is like a weathered oak tree, one that stood tall through decades of storms, wind, and sunlight. But over time, even the strongest tree becomes less flexible. Joints grow stiff like old doors in December. Blood doesn't flow as fast. The heart has to push a little harder each night to keep everything in motion. Sleeping positions that once felt fine flat on your back, curled on your stomach, or switching sides throughout the night might now be quietly working against you. Many seniors, whether in St. Louis, Tallahassee, or small rural towns in Montana, fall asleep hoping for deep rest, not realizing that the way they lie could be putting extra pressure on the chest and making the heart work overtime. That one innocent position can force your lungs to compress and reduce the oxygen you receive with every breath. Imagine a car running through the night without stopping to refuel. That's what your heart may be doing, silently, as you sleep. And when we age, the body doesn't bounce back the way it used to. The spine stiffens, the lungs lose some of their ability to fully expand. And if a limb is pressed too long in one spot, circulation suffers. Some sleeping postures can even press against arteries, reduce airflow, or trigger acid reflux, robbing your body of the peaceful repair it's meant to receive at night. When that happens over and over, night after night, the damage quietly accumulates. It can raise your blood pressure, it can disturb your heart rhythm, and over time it can increase your risk of serious heart problems. Most people won't notice it until the fatigue becomes familiar. You might say, "But I sleep through the night," and maybe you do. But if you wake up still tired, still foggy, still winded after just walking from your bedroom to the kitchen, your body may be trying to speak to you. And one of the first places to listen is how you're sleeping. Because after 60, it's not just about getting to sleep, it's about healing while you sleep. The way you lie down is now your front line of defense. It's how you help your heart relax, how you allow your lungs to stay open, how you give your spine, your muscles, and your nervous system a chance to recover from everything they carried the day before. If you get this part wrong, it won't just affect your dreams. It will show up in your breath, your strength, your balance, and your heart's ability to keep going strong. Now let's talk about the sleeping position that quietly causes the most harm after 60. Sleeping on your back. So many older adults like Harold, a 71-year-old retired mechanic in Kansas City, or Margaret, a 68-year-old school bus driver in Ohio, still fall asleep the way they always did, lying flat on their backs, hands gently on the chest or belly, head slightly lifted like the way they slept for decades. But this position, despite seeming natural, is now quietly working against them. When you lie flat on your back, gravity causes the tongue and soft tissues in the throat to fall backward, narrowing the airway. Breathing becomes restricted, like trying to sip water through a pinched straw, and this sets the stage for sleep apnea, a serious condition where oxygen supply is repeatedly interrupted throughout the night. Sleep apnea isn't just snoring, It's what happens when your brain and body are starved for oxygen, and your heart suddenly starts racing to compensate. Your blood pressure spikes. Your sleep is disrupted even if you don't fully wake up. It's like your body is climbing a hill without ever stopping to rest. These episodes can happen dozens of times in a single night without you realizing it. And here's the most alarming part. Every time your oxygen drops, your body releases adrenaline. Your heart rate spikes. Your nervous system flares. You may not remember it in the morning, but inside your heart is under pressure. Over weeks, months, and years, this leads to rhythm problems, elevated blood pressure, and in some cases, stroke risk while sleeping. For older adults, especially those with slower recovery times, weaker lungs, or stiff arteries, these effects are even more dangerous. American studies have shown that untreated sleep apnea in seniors is directly linked to atrial fibrillation, a condition where the heart's rhythm becomes dangerously unstable, raising the risk of stroke and heart failure. But it doesn't stop there. Sleeping on your back can also cause acid reflux, especially after a heavier dinner. That acidic burn in your throat, that scratchiness in the morning, it could all be tied to how you're lying down at night. And your heart? It pays the price again, because a body fighting for air or dealing with reflux can never fully rest. So if you're waking up with a dry mouth, a sore throat, an irregular heartbeat, or if your grandchild has ever said, "Grandpa, your breathing sounded weird last night," it's not your imagination, and it's not just your age. It's a signal, a quiet red flag, and thankfully, it's one you can do something about starting tonight. If lying on your back can quietly put pressure on your heart and lungs, there's one simple shift that can do the exact opposite. A gentle position that allows your heart to rest, helps your lungs breathe easier, and gives your entire body a better chance at repair. It's not a medication, it's not a machine, it's something you can do tonight. Sleep on your left side. Now you might be wondering, how can just turning a little make a real difference? But this is one of those moments where nature quietly works in your favor. When you sleep on your left side, your heart is slightly elevated above your other organs. This allows blood to circulate with less resistance. Gravity, which was once pulling you down, now supports your circulation instead of working against it. The heart's main artery, the aorta, curves gently toward the left side of the body. So when you lie on your left, your heart doesn't have to push as hard to move blood through this important vessel. Instead of fighting uphill, it's like water flowing down a peaceful stream. The pressure lightens, the effort reduces, and the result, your heart beats more smoothly, and your breathing deepens. People often notice the difference right away. In this position, the lungs have more space to expand. You may find your breaths become longer, easier, more natural, like walking outside and breathing in the fresh morning air of a Colorado sunrise. For anyone who has ever felt breathless at night or needed extra pillows just to feel comfortable, sleeping on your left side can bring relief you didn't even know was missing. There's another hidden benefit here too. The stomach sits slightly to the left in the body. So when you lie on your left side, gravity helps keep stomach acid where it belongs, down. This means less heartburn, fewer nighttime interruptions, no more waking up with a burning throat after a hearty meal of chili or fried potatoes. Your digestion continues gently through the night, without disturbing your rest. And there's more. Your lymphatic system, the body's internal housekeeping crew, also drains more efficiently on the left. It's responsible for clearing waste, reducing inflammation, and supporting your immune system. Sleeping on the left helps this steros detox process work at its best, especially important as we grow older and our systems slow down. The next morning, you may wake up feeling less foggy, less swollen, and more alert. Some folks may still prefer their right side, and that's okay for short periods. But for those with heart concerns or anyone who tends to feel their pulse pounding at night, the right side can put mild pressure on the vena cava, the large vein that returns blood to the heart. It's not dangerous in small doses, but for sensitive hearts, the left side is usually gentler and more forgiving. Dr. Lee, a cardiac wellness specialist based in Portland, explains it this way. Sleeping on your left doesn't just support heart function, it also improves sleep quality, digestion, and blood pressure regulation. It's one of the most overlooked lifestyle changes for people over, and the best part, it's completely free. Now you don't have to stay on your left all night. That's not necessary or realistic. But if you can start the night on your left and stay in that position for the first few hours, your body already receives the bulk of the benefit. That's when your deepest, most restorative sleep cycles happen, when the healing is strongest. Like planting seeds at the right time of day, the position you choose at the beginning matters most. It doesn't require big effort, only a gentle shift. And this small act, this one position, can help you feel more rested, less breathless, and more energized during the day. It's like giving your heart a head start before the day even begins. Of course, it might not feel natural at first, especially if you've been sleeping on your back or stomach for decades. Your body might resist, your shoulder might ache, or your knees may feel off balance. But just like any good habit, it can become familiar with time and care. The key is comfort and support. If your neck is too high or your pillow too soft, it will be harder to stay in this position. That's why setting yourself up properly, just like you would for a long car ride, makes all the difference. We'll get into those tips next. But for now, I invite you to simply try it tonight. Lie on your left side, place your hand gently near your chest. Close your eyes, feel your breath move slowly and freely. And know that with each passing minute, your heart is getting the rest it deserves. No effort, no cost, just grace in motion. If you've been lying on your back or stomach for most of your life, shifting to your left side might feel unfamiliar at first. Like wearing a new pair of shoes, comfortable in the long run, but strange in the beginning. That's normal. The body needs time to adjust, but with a little patience and the right setup, your new sleep position can become your body's favorite part of the night. And it all starts with your pillow. One of the biggest reasons people struggle with side sleeping isn't because they dislike it, it's because their pillow doesn't support it. If the pillow is too low, your neck sags. Too high, and your shoulder feels compressed, your neck twists awkwardly and you might even wake up with numb arms or a sore back. What works best is a pillow with medium height and balanced firmness. Not too soft, not too stiff, just enough support to keep your head aligned with your spine. Dr. Lee recommends a side sleeper pillow or one filled with memory foam or structured cotton, especially designed for alignment. When your head, neck, and shoulders are in harmony, sleep flows smoother, like floating gently in a calm lake at sunrise. To keep your body from rolling onto your back during the night, you can use a second pillow or even a rolled-up towel placed behind your back. It acts like a quiet boundary, gently reminding your body to stay put without waking you up. A few seniors even sew a small patch or soft bump into the back of their pajama shirt. A light nudge that keeps the body tilted safely. Another helpful tool is a body pillow, a long, soft cushion you can hug. Holding one between your arms and placing it between your knees keeps your hips aligned, reduces lower back strain, and makes side sleeping feel cozy. It's like being held. That extra support calms the nervous system, telling your body, you're safe, you can rest. Now, if you're someone who has always slept on your stomach, the transition may take a bit more practice. Sleeping face down puts pressure on your chest and neck, but it can also feel comforting, like a blanket holding you. If you miss that grounded feeling, try hugging a smaller tiller near your chest while lying on your side. It creates a similar sensation without putting strain on your breathing or heart. And here's a gentle trick. Focus on the first 2 to 3 hours of sleep. That's when the body enters its deepest healing phase. If you can begin your night on your left side, even if you turn later on, you've already captured the most important benefits. Think of it like planting seeds in fertile soil. What happens early on sets the tone for the whole night. You can even turn this into a small nighttime ritual. As you lie on your left, dim the lights, listen to calming music, or simply breathe in and out 3 times slowly. No pressure, no rules, just creating an atmosphere of peace. Over time, your brain will start to recognize this position as familiar and safe, and your body will naturally return to it, even without effort. Dr. Lee often reminds patients that forming a new sleep habit is like training a pet. Kind repetition builds trust. Each night is a new opportunity, not to be perfect, but to be consistent. And with time, you may notice that you no longer have to think about your position at all. Your body will choose it for you, Because it feels right. It's also worth mentioning that if you wake up during the night, which is common after 60, you can use those moments as gentle reminders. When you shift or turn, guide yourself back to your left side. Not with frustration, but with quiet care, like straightening a blanket or tucking in the corners. Over time, this simple action becomes second nature. And if you share your bed with a partner, talk to them about this change. You might be surprised they may want to try it too. One couple in Arizona told Dr. Lee that after 45 years of sleeping in opposite directions, they both switched to the left and now sleep more soundly and even snore less. Sometimes small changes ripple outward. Just remember, this isn't about forcing your body. It's about inviting it into something better. And if the transition feels slow, that's okay. There's no rush. The goal isn't perfection, it's support. Even a few hours each night can make a world of difference. So tonight, as you tuck yourself in, try lying on your left. Rest your head with intention. Feel your breath move easily. Know that in this small shift, you're giving your heart, your lungs, and your body something it deeply needs. A position of healing, a place of peace. Lying on your left side is the first and most important step. But if you want to take your nighttime healing even further, there's one more gentle habit you can add. Something as simple and comforting as a warm glass of milk. Yes, truly. Not a supplement, not a prescription, just a small glass of protein-rich milk before bed can make a noticeable difference in your strength, energy, and heart health. What matters here is the kind of protein. You're not looking for fancy powders or workout shakes. You're looking for casein, a slow-digesting protein found naturally in cow's milk. This special protein breaks down gently over several hours, releasing essential nutrients while you sleep, like a steady stream flowing through your muscles and heart tissue. As we age, our bodies recover more slowly. Muscles can lose their tone. The heart can grow tired. And since we go several hours without food overnight, our systems go into a kind of fasting mode. Younger people bounce back quickly, but for those in their 60s, 70s, or 80s, those long gaps without nutrition can cause small but cumulative declines in strength. But if you drink a glass of milk containing casein about 30 to 60 minutes before bed, your body gets just enough fuel to keep repairing and protecting itself overnight. That protein doesn't rush through your system. It takes its time feeding your tissues, stabilizing your blood sugar, and giving your heart what it needs to recover. It's like tucking your body in with nourishment, not just warmth. Many of Dr. Lee's patients who walk in the morning, do light stretching, or practice senior-friendly yoga notice even more improvement when they pair those activities with bedtime casein. Why? Because movement builds, but sleep repairs. And that milk helps finish the job. You're not just preserving muscle, you're strengthening your heart's ability to keep pumping efficiently. You don't need much. Just a single cup, around 8 ounces, of warm, low-fat cow's milk is enough. If dairy isn't your preference, plain, unsweetened yogurt or a little soft cottage cheese, like farmer's cheese, can also work. The key is to keep it simple, light, and easy to digest. No sugar, no syrup, just nourishment. And if you prefer powders, look for a casein-specific protein, not whey. Mix it with water or unsweetened almond milk, and aim for about 30 grams of protein and 2.5 grams of leucine, a key nutrient that helps preserve muscle in older adults. Again, this isn't about building muscle for appearance. It's about supporting the heart, spine, and lungs with the strength they need to function well. This is not a quick fix. It's a long-term kindness to your body. Something you do gently, like brushing your teeth, or saying goodnight to your loved ones. Within a few weeks of combining left-side sleeping with bedtime protein, you may start to notice small but powerful shifts. Maybe your knees feel less stiff when you wake. Maybe you can rise from bed without bracing yourself on the dresser. Maybe your chest doesn't feel quite as heavy. These are the quiet signs that healing has begun. And it didn't come from a bottle. It came from a glass of warm milk, a better sleep position, and the decision to care for yourself differently. Dr. Lee calls it heart-smart sleeping, not a treatment plan, but a rhythm, a way of ending each day with intention. You're not just winding down, you're setting the stage for repair. You're giving your body the tools to wake up strong, to breathe deeply, to stand tall. Think of it like lighting a candle in the dark. One small flame that keeps the night from being heavy. Your warm milk and your left side position become that flame. A soft, steady habit that protects the parts of you that work the hardest. Your heart, your lungs, and your spirit. And best of all, there's no side effect, no cost, no waiting room. Just a simple act you can begin tonight in the quiet of your own home. A gentle signal to your body that says you are supported, you are healing, and you are loved. Once you begin lying on your left side at night and pair it with a simple glass of warm milk, you might wonder, is my body really changing? The answer is yes. But healing speaks in whispers, not shouts. And if you listen closely, your body will begin to show you little signs, quiet affirmations that say, thank you, I'm starting to feel better. One of the first signs is how you feel when you open your eyes in the morning. Not just whether you slept long enough, but how easily you move. Do you sit up with less effort? Can you swing your legs over the bed without bracing against the wall? Does the ache in your knees feel a little softer? That's not just coincidence. It's your muscles saying, I'm no longer breaking down at night. I'm rebuilding. Then there's your heartbeat. That rush or flutter many older adults feel upon waking, like their heart is trying to catch up before they've even gotten out of bed, starts to quiet. Your pulse becomes steadier. Your breath comes more easily. This is your nervous system shifting from fight or flight to repair and recover. And it's a powerful sign of progress. You may also notice fewer interruptions in the night. No more waking up at 2 or 3 a.m. feeling wired or hot or anxious. That steady protein in your system helps regulate blood sugar while your left side position keeps your stomach calm. The result, more peaceful, uninterrupted sleep. The kind your body truly craves. And then comes the change you can feel all day. Energy. Not the kind that sends you sprinting, but a soft, steady strength. The kind that makes it easier to walk around the block, water your garden, or help your grandchild with their homework without needing to sit down every 10 minutes. That's not just aging well, that's your body smiling back at you. If you track your blood pressure or sugar readings, you may notice those numbers starting to settle, not swinging wildly, but flowing gently like a familiar tune. That's because your body, now rested and nourished, is finding its rhythm again. And if you're combining these habits with a little movement during the day, even just stretching or walking slowly, your recovery becomes even stronger. These changes don't happen overnight. They aren't miracles. They are the result of small, thoughtful decisions you make consistently. And after a few weeks, maybe 2 or 3 months, you might look in the mirror and realize something surprising. You're not just stronger, you're more confident. Your movements feel lighter, your balance feels steadier, your eyes are clearer, more present, and there's a quiet pride in knowing you helped yourself get there. By now, perhaps you've begun to see that something as simple as how you lie down at night or that small glass of warm milk before bed are not ordinary at all. They are sacred gestures, tiny acts of care that shape your future, that protect your independence, that give your heart and body the strength to keep living fully, not just longer but better. But knowing what helps isn't the same as making it a habit. That's where the true shift happens. You can begin tonight, no pressure, no guilt. Just place your casein protein or milk next to your toothbrush. So after brushing, you're reminded, this is my new ritual. A few minutes of quiet preparation, a few slow sips of support. Maybe you write yourself a gentle note, or place a reminder on your phone. Maybe you ask your spouse or child to encourage you. Whatever makes it real, whatever makes it part of your life, choose the version that brings you comfort. A little vanilla, or plain unsweetened yogurt, even if it's just a spoonful. Let it fit into your evening like a soft pair of slippers. And on the nights when you're tired or you don't feel like bothering, close your eyes for a moment. Picture yourself 10 years from now, walking down the sidewalk on a spring morning. Your back is straight. Your steps are strong. You don't need a walker or anyone to lean on. That version of you begins with the decision you make tonight. Because living a long life is a blessing, but living a strong life, that's a choice. And it's never too late to choose it. Not for your grandchildren, Not for your doctor, for you, for the part of you that still wants to move, to laugh, to dance, to love without fear of falling behind. So if you try it tonight, lying gently on your left side, closing your eyes, breathing in deep, and sipping that warm milk like a soft promise to your body, then tomorrow if you wake up even just a little lighter, that's your body saying, I heard you. Thank you. And if this message speaks to you, feel free to leave a comment below. Or simply type 1 so I know you're with me. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, tap the bell, and share this with someone you care about. Because when we care for ourselves, we inspire others to do the same. One night, one breath, one step at a time.